Hi everyone, I hope that all of you are doing really great. So welcome to this today's video. So in today's video we will be learning about loops. What are loops, what are its uses, what are the different types of loops we use in our programming and all the stuffs, right? So let us just begin with this one. So let's just see like what are loops in Java and how to write them, right? So basically loops are of two types, that is for loop and while loop. And in today's video I would be showing you that what is a for loop. Okay, now first of all, what is a loop? Now if I explain you, like you are having multiple like you want something to be print, means you want something to print multiple times. Then for that case we can't use system.out.println or same line of code multiple times, but instead we use a loop. Like loops performs our task in a easier way and in a shorter way. So let us just see like how to write a loop, right? So I have defined a simple class of loops. Now let me write the main function. So to write a loop, basically to write a for loop, what we have is, first of all, our for statement is there, and inside this we have first thing, that is our index. Now to implement index we have only integer, and then you have to initialize it with the default value, means from where it is going to start. So in default, if you want to give 1, you can give 1, or you can also do it with 0. And after that thing, that what you have is a condition. Like in condition, what you have to give is like when the loop will end. Now you are starting a loop, and if it doesn't end, then our program becomes infinite, means the thing runs infinitely and we can't stop that. So to define a condition, we have to give something where our loop will stop at that point. So like if you want that your loop should stop when it is means when the value of I is 10, means less than 10. So for that means at that point our loop will stop. So simply you have given this condition, that is I less than equal to 10. Okay, and after that thing, what you have to give is one thing I missed out, you have to give a semicolon here. Yes, so after that there is the condition, as I told you, then again a semicolon, and at the last what you have to give is the increment, like how you want to increment, means you have to increase the value of I, right? So that our loop should work and the condition comes at the end. So like to increment it, simply like you can give I plus plus, like which you know that is an increment operator, that is plus plus. In previous video I have told you, and if you have not seen that one, simply you can go and check that in my playlist. Okay, and after that you have a curly braces, and inside that our loop code. So I am writing here code, right? So I am explaining you again at a glance. So first we have an integer, means we define a value of integer. Like you can also define this value of I outside this loop. Okay, but if you define this I inside this loop, means in this for loop itself, means if you initialize this in the for loop, then you can only use the I inside this for loop. Outside this for loop you can't use this value of I. Okay, so that thing keep remember in your mind, that if you're defining it here, then you can only use inside the for loop. Okay, and after that after initializing, what we have is our condition. Like what is the condition? When our loop will end. So I have given here the condition that when I will be less than equal to 10, then our loop will stop at that point. Like when I will become 10, then this one will stop. Okay, so the code will run for 10, and after that it won't work for 11. And the last one is the increment of the I, like how you want to increase or you want to decrease or do anything with the I, means changing the value of I. You have to change the value. Like if you want to increment it by 2, then you can simply give I plus equals to 2, as I told you the increment operations previous video, right? So now let us just work inside this for loop, like how our code works actually, right? So as I told you, like if you have a printing statement to print 10 times, so you can't write system.out.println 10 times, because your code will be longer, it will take much memory, right? So instead of that, using a loop, you only by writing 2 lines or one single line you can perform that, right? So Now I would write a simple print statement, that is our default print statement, system.out.println, and inside this one you can work with anything. Like I am showing you now with I. Now what will happen is it will print I all the times. Like as it will increase, it will go on print. Now you can print anything. Like if you want to print hello world, you can do that one, and anything you want you can do this inside this for loop, right? So let us just see like how the increment actually works. So if I run this one right now, what will happen here is you will see that it has printed from 1 to 10, right? So what is actually happening here? So let me explain you this thing, right? How our code performs actually. So first thing that happens is it is initialized, that is I, and its value is 1 when we initialize it, right? So first it is 1, then it is checking this condition, is the condition matching or not? Like I less than equals to 10, so I is now 1, right? And it is checking that if I is less than 10, so the condition is true, means I is 1, and obviously it is less than 10, right? So our condition matches, and after that means whenever the condition will match, it will come inside this part, inside this for loop, right? And there is the increment like I plus plus. So this thing will work next time, like in the first, when this line get executed, after that it comes here again, and at that time I becomes 2 at the second time. And this is because of the post increment pre increment that I have already explained you. So that is why it is like that. Like in the first case I is 1, and after that thing, next time when I is being called, it is 2, means it increases, right? And it goes on till the condition matches. Like from 1 to 10 it works, that is equal to 10, and after that whenever our I is 11, at that point this loop stops working because the condition doesn't matches, and it comes out of this loop and the program ends, right? Now if you want to print anything, like if you want here to print like hello, so if you want to print this one, let me make it bigger. So you will see that it will print 10 times hello coders, right? So that is the use of our loop, and this is how we write a for loop basically. And one more thing that I want to tell you, like if you have single line of code, like you are having only a system.out.println single line, right? So you can remove this braces also. This braces you can remove simply, and if you run this one, this will again run, right? You can see that it has run, right? So why it is happening? Because anything like any statement, for statement or if statement or any statement, when there is a single line of code which you want to execute, you can write it like this without having the braces. But after that if you write anything, it won't be printed, right? So like if you print here, right, and if I run this one, you will see that hello will be printed only once. It won't be printed 10 times. You can see that hello is printed once. Only one line will get executed if you don't give this braces. But if you give these braces, like after this hello also, what you will see is, if I run this one now, you will see that hello is also printed along with hello coders, right? So that is like basic functionality of our for loop. One more thing, you can also decrease the value, like in infinite loop I am showing you after this one. So to decrease the value, right, in here what we did is we are taking I smaller, and the condition we are given is I as bigger value. So this is the case where the value is being incremented by plus plus. Now if you want to make it decrease, like if you want to run your loop from 10 to 1, so that case you in that case you use simply decrement operator, minus minus, right? So here I will initialize the value of I as a 10. Now after this one, what we will do is like you will you have to give the condition, right? So I would make this one 1, and I would check that it is greater than, because it is starting with 10, which should be greater than 1, and whenever the value of I would be less than equal to 1, our loop will stop, right? So we have this decrement operator. So let us run this one and let's just see like what will happen. So you can see that it has printed from 10 to 1. Like this is how our loop works actually. Like I have showed you with both the things, increment and decrement. And let me also just show you that one with increasing, like we did with 1, like we incremented the value of I with single, means with 1. Now if I do it with 2, like I am doing the decrement with the 2, so you will see that it will print 10 8 6 4 2, right? So that is our decrement part, how decrement works. Now the thing comes of infinite loop, right? So infinite loop you can simply do by, without giving anything, by simply giving 2 colons, right? And remove this I from here, and if you want to print like hello or anything, you can do anything inside this. To write the infinite loop, you don't give anything, simply give 2 semicolons in this for loop section, right? And if you run this one now, what you will see is it is going on printing hello. You can see this one. If I scroll down, it is printing. Okay, so simply you can do is delete this one, so it will delete, right? So that is an infinite loop. That is a simple thing. We don't use this one actually, but I am mentioning it if you like this one, right? So that is a basic for loop, how we write a for loop and how we work with this one. So next video I would show you that what is while loops and how to work with while loops and what are the uses actually of while loop, right? So till then, subscribe my channel if you're liking my videos. And we are going to come to an end to this Java session with a few more videos, and after that your most awaited Android development courses is coming. Okay, so just subscribe the channel with a josh. Like the videos are already recorded, I am not able to post this one because many of you don't know Java, so I am first teaching you Java, then only I would place that one, right? So till then, bye bye, have a great day.